Hey everyone, we're going to get started. And I am recording this, so I know some people were asking if I was going to record it. And I am, because that way we can share it. But I wanted to do it this way instead of on a Facebook Live, because this way people have the opportunity. You can ask questions on Facebook Live, but it's fun to see people's faces. So I was hoping to see some faces. I'm going to just pull up my notes here so I don't forget to talk about anything. Let's see. What did I do with them? Here we go. And then we'll just get started. So I hope y'all are having a really great night tonight here on Monday night. I try to do these later. It's 9:30 here. I'm on the East Coast. I know those of you that are on the West Coast, yeah, it's a lot earlier. So it's kind of like dinner time. So it's always kind of hard for me to figure out when to call people on the other side of the country or do classes and things like that, because I just never know. So anyway, I'm going to start by sharing a little bit about my story. So my name is Becky Webb. If you all haven't met me or I haven't had a chance to talk to you yet. I am a Young Living Crown Diamond, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about what that means. If you don't know what it means, that's totally okay. But actually, I'm going to go ahead and put on my Valor. This is my, got my Valor oil out. I'm going to do a little rolling on. Valors are really, really good when you're talking in front of people. It's really good for relaxing and grounding and good for courage. So that's what I use my Valor for. I keep this one in my purse and I use it all the time. So if you guys haven't gotten the Valor roll-on yet, it's just one of my very, very favorite products ever. Actually, I love all the roll-ons, but this is one of my favorites. So anyway, I started with Young Living 5 years ago. And what happened was 5 years ago, I started hearing all these stories on Facebook and in other places about these products. I started hearing about how amazing these essential oils were and what cool things they did. And I grew up in a chiropractic family. So my dad's a chiropractor. I was always kind of interested, or just grew up around a little bit more natural mindset. That's just, what happened with my family. My grandfather was actually a chiropractor as well. So it was kind of passed down in the family. And so when I started hearing about oils, we weren't a total naturally minded family in a lot of ways. But when I started hearing about essential oils, I thought, okay, like I want my body to function at its highest potential. What kind of tools can I use? And so when I started hearing about oils, I thought that would be a really great tool. But at the time, my husband worked a nonprofit job and made a very nonprofit salary. So we really didn't have the money to invest in a premium starter kit, but I kept hearing about it and kept hearing about it. And I was really interested in one, and I really wanted one. Well, I ended up going to school, back to school, actually through a certification program, a nutritional therapy practitioner certification program. And while I was in my classes, because I have an undergraduate degree in psychology, but I wanted to go into the health, I just wanted to help people get healthy. And so I was going through these classes, and while I was going through these classes, I met someone in my class, and she started telling me about how essential oils really helped her friends' thyroid stay healthy and all this stuff. And my husband had some thyroid issues. And so at the time I thought, okay, let's use anything we can to support our body to stay healthy. And so I was at my conference for that certification program I was going through. And I went up to my room that night and I bought my premium starter kit. And I really had no idea really what I was doing and what I was buying, to be honest. I'd never been to a class. I didn't really know. I had taken some herbalist classes. And so the only oils in my herbalist classes that were used were just, off the shelf cheap oils. And I had used some oils before for cleaning and a few things around the house, but I'd never used them for any kind of therapeutic value at all. And I really didn't realize the power that they had. And so I had bought like several oils that I bought really, really cheap. And I used them just kind of like cleaning around the house and that sort of thing. And I actually, like, my teacher, that did the herbalism that I learned from, was kind of like, all oils are the same, yada, yada. So I'd used like tons of oils that hadn't been really high quality. And we didn't really have the money for high quality oils, or so I thought. And so that was my knowledge of oils. So fast forward, I got my kit that night because she had kind of sold me on it. And she never even realized that. Got my kit that night, had already been thinking about it. And I had signed up with a blogger friend of mine, Myra Yarborough, who is my sponsor and enroller. And finally got that kit, started using it with my family, had tons of testimonials. So I just started doing what people do when they find something they love. And I started just talking about it. That's all I did. I was just like talking about what they were doing and what they were doing for my family. And I had absolutely zero idea that Young Living could be a business. I mean, I shouldn't say zero idea. I was familiar with the network marketing business model, but I remember telling a friend, I was like, yeah, I'm part of Young Living, because they were actually trying to get us into a different network marketing company. And so I started telling a friend about it, and I was like, yeah, I am part of Young Living, but I'm never going to sell it or anything like that. So it was not really even on my radar for Young Living to be any kind of business for my family, even though we needed the income. We totally needed the income. So several months later, after I had purchased that kit, we had just used it for our family. And then, so we purchased it in April. And then in, May, June, July, August, September, I had my first enrollment. And it was like the end of September. And I had just been kind of sharing about what these oils had done for my family. And then in October, I had several enrollments, and I thought, oh, like I ended up, I got that one check from my September enrollment. It was $50. So whenever you enroll a friend or a family member with a premium starter kit, you can make $50, which is kind of, I shouldn't say kind of, it's a super generous gift, really, because the company really does not make anything off their starter kits because they want them to be in everyone's home. So they, you're getting over $300 worth of product with your starter kit, which is like really great value. And then when they take that $50 and give it back to the person that enrolled them to say, thank you for putting oils in this person's house, like that's a really big deal. And so Young Living, after all that, as far as we know, they get $100 from that starter kit, but that starter kit costs way more than $100 between the diffuser and all the oils and all that stuff. So anyway, when I got that check the next month, I was like, oh, like I can buy my oils with these. So I was just kind of in awe of what happened. So after that, I thought, well, I'm just going to share with more people. I mean, I love the stuff. It was working for our family. Like, why wouldn't I share it? So I started sharing with other people, and I enrolled several more people that next month. And saw, then of course in November, I got another big check from Young Living, or a bigger check from Young Living. And I thought, oh, this is cool. Like for our family, $500, $200 was like a total game changer. $300 or $400, getting my kit paid for was like a game changer. getting my, getting extra than that was like blow my mind, kind of really awesome, crazy, right? And so that was kind of what the process with my family. So I saw this check grow as I was able to share with people about Young Living and how amazing it was. So now that I'm sitting here 5 years later, one of the top earners in the company, I look back and I think about that journey I was on and how different Young Living is than a lot of other companies out there. You literally have this jewel in your hands as a Young Living distributor. You literally bought the most flexible business you can ever buy in a box. And I say that because you spend $160 on your premium starter kit. And you can literally teach classes with it. You can share samples with it. You only have one diffuser at that point, unless you have more. So it's hard to loan out that diffuser, but you can loan out your diffuser. You can literally build a business just from that box. And that's huge. Plus the fact that it's just really flexible. So a lot of these network marketing companies out there, you have to either purchase like a ton of inventory. And way back when, before I was more naturally minded, I was a Mary Kay consultant. And I purchased probably, I think, like $1,800 worth of inventory to keep. And so you take that inventory, you get it at wholesale cost, which is 50% off. You sell it at your classes and stuff. And that's the unique thing about Young Living is you want to sign up individuals so that they have their own kits and they can either use it just for their families. They can share with those one or two people in their life. They can share with a lot more people in their life. Like, it's just no strings attached to it, which makes it incredible. Plus, getting that starter kit as a member, like a lot of these companies, there's even some, like a natural makeup company that I won't name, but like if you sign up to be a consultant with them, you're going to pay a big chunk of money every single year actually to be a consultant. Plus you have to meet lots of quotas and, most people keep product in hand and all that stuff. So the great thing about Young Living is you don't have to do that. I keep 0 product on hand. I have these, I can sign up anyone and they can buy the oils when they want to, when they need to. And that to me is just really incredible because I feel like I'm giving people a gift of something they need. And to me, that's amazing. So that I think makes a huge difference. Another big difference Young Living is than some other companies is that it's a reusable product. And so a lot of other companies, out there, you have your home-based business, but you are giving, you are trying to sell something that you have to sell over and over and over again. For example, I love Norwex products because of what they stand for, because they're healthy. And I have some Norwex cloths, but I've only bought them like twice ever. I don't need to go and continue to buy those things. So you're going to have a lot of harder time if you're having a home-based business like that than a company where you are, that people have to continue to use the products. Like any of your, makeup and skincare, of course, people have to use the products over and over. And then your oils, if you're trying to maintain really good health, you're going to keep using those oils over and over. And that's the big thing about Young Living. So if you aren't on Essential Rewards yet, hopefully you'll look into it because it's a program that Young Living has that you can get on Essential Rewards and you can get your products month after month and get your wellness box every month. So, there's just certain products out there like Young Living products that you do need to use over and over to get like the full potential out of them. So when you're looking at it from a business standpoint, having a business like that is really the most valuable because your members are using those products over and over, B, staying healthy, C, having lots more testimonials all the time, and it's just a real huge gift. It's amazing. So the nice thing about Young Living as well is that you can just have a super flexible schedule. which I love. I work from home, and I know a lot of times that's a lot of people's kind of dream to work from home, especially if you have little kids at home. And when I first started, I had really little children, and so like I've heard it said from other moms that it's just like you can make money from home from sharing your oil is just like 5 minutes a day. If you do 5 minute segments over and over and over again, and you're sharing actively with people, you really can see a major difference. Young Living has done everything from help families pay off their debt to, of course, enhance their own wellness, take vacations. I remember when we just couldn't afford any vacations, and I just dreamed of going on these amazing vacations, and they didn't even have to be that amazing. Like going to the beach is amazing to me, but going on these vacations and taking our family and enjoying it and not having to worry about the money, to me, like there's so many more, money can buy things that we need, so it's necessary. But the trips and the family time to me is so, so incredibly valuable. And when you have a regular 9 to 5, you're at the mercy of your employer if you're going to have enough vacation time. Turns out my husband's job that he had before, they don't even give vacation now after like Thanksgiving and after until the beginning of the year. And so it's like, that was like kind of devastating to a lot of those employees. So for, your regular 9 to 5, you maybe run out of vacation, you can't take vacation time that you want to, maybe and stuff like that. That's huge. Plus, it's like how awesome it is to be able to focus your efforts in a place where you're really making a difference, you're really changing people's lives, and maybe you can just do it a couple hours a day. A lot of times when our members are first starting out, they do work a lot more, and then as you increase your income, you can kind of pull back a little bit. Either way, it's an opportunity for your creativity just to flow. We have members that are growing their businesses in just so many different ways. Everything from people that are becoming experts on Instagram to just teaching those home classes to sharing on Facebook and other places, to doing like toxin-free living classes, which are some of my very favorites. There's just a lot of different ways to throw your creativity into building a Young Living business. So that is one really exciting thing. I love it to help members just really find a place where they get excited in a way that excites them. And there's one, she does network marketing in a different company, but she talks about how you should have more, or what does she say? Less hustle, more flow. And that's what I love is I want our members, I want y'all to really experience just what it looks like to be creative and share with people and love on people and connect with people. And maybe in some of us, like I felt like when I got started, I really needed to even grow in how to connect with people. And so there's opportunities for that. There's opportunities for just growing in your, just who you are. And as you grow and learn in this business, that's just a really great opportunity to do that as well. So I wanted to show you a little bit about the income earning potential for those of you that are on video. Let's see, how do I share my screen? And I'll talk through this for those of you that like called in. I think some of you did. Okay. So hopefully you can all see. Okay. See the income earning potential slide. Now here's the great thing about Young Living as well. I believe, and I've looked at a lot of different income earning companies with income earning potentials. Young Living has one of the greatest income earning potentials when it comes to your home-based businesses, and it's actually really vast, kind of crazy. You can keep, growing your income earning potential, and it's kind of like blow your mind. So you can see on this chart that the average income of a star, which is the first rank in Young Living, is an average of $77 a month, and then an average annual income of $924. Within Willie Families, which is not my sponsor, but my sponsor, Alyssa, she's had over 12,000 people achieve the rank of star. And so star is very attainable, but usually the stars make their most money just by enrolling people. That's usually their, best way to get that income is just by enrolling people. So that's just sharing your story, sharing about how these products, are helping you. If you, run across someone and they're talking about what's going on, and you can deliver value to them by just sharing what can really help them and what's helped your family, that's what you can do in order to enroll someone. And it's great if you look in your virtual office and you click on member resources, and then you click on link builder in that virtual office. There's a link there too that you can just copy and paste and send to your friend after you talk to them, and they're like, I want to do this. I want to get started. I want a premium starter kit. That is the most valuable way for people to get started, because then they have their own account and they can get on Essential Rewards if they want to. And then they can share with other families too. So that's really awesome to help them get started. Now, so your second level would be Senior Star. And our Senior Stars make an average monthly income of $240. And then they have an average annual income of $2,800. At the time when we were, when my husband was working for that nonprofit, like that was a game changer for us. Even if I could get my product free, that was huge for us. And I know that's huge for a lot of families even that want to continue to invest in their wellness, is to get that product free, like huge. And so at Senior Star level, you can get your product paid for. You'll maybe even have some extra that you could do with some other things, or maybe you just want to spend it all on product, because that's what some of us do, as we just invest in wellness and see real changes in our family. Sometimes we want to do that, and that's a blessing as well. And then again, executives are the last level before like the bigger leadership levels, where our members start to earn some trips. And the cool thing about Young Living trips at Silver, Gold, Platinum, and then Diamond and above is that you always get to visit the Young Living farms. So here's the thing, like with Young Living, it is the real deal. So when you get to go and you step foot on a farm for the first time, and you're like, okay, show me that this company is who they say they are, and you step foot on the farm and you see how they do this distilling, and you see how they do the testing, and you see how they do all the things, and you're like, yes, like the whole experience is just so incredible. So the executives make an average monthly income of $514. Holy moly. I mean, for some people that can pay part of their mortgage, or a lot of their, several of their bills, some of their utilities. Your average annual income there is $6,100. That is really amazing for an executive income as well. So you can see by looking at this chart that those starting ranks are just such a blessing in so many ways. And then if you look down the way, you can also just see the income earning potential that's available to you through Young Living. So, everything from the platinums that make $1,500 a month, which blows my mind as it is. The average income of almost $40,000 is a diamond a month, which is crazy. The crazy thing with this job, I say in quotation marks too, has been that, I really had no idea that even the kind of raises that's another thing about a regular 9-to-5 job. My husband worked and worked his tail off, and I kept asking him, he kept asking his boss if there was a possibility for a raise because we were living on like nothing. And you don't really even get raises very easily a lot of times in your regular 9 to 5. And this kind of home-based business, especially with Young Living, I've seen some like crazy raises that people are just so blessed because they've been on fire, their members get on fire, they start sharing because it's changing people's lives, and then you're seeing these like incredible raises happen as well, and you're like, what? I never even knew this was possible. And you're helping so many people at the same time. So it's not really just about you. It's about all the people that are really experiencing wellness time after time again, which is pretty amazing. So the things that Young Living is not, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. So I don't want to communicate that to y'all, that it's not get-rich-quick. I do not believe in get-rich-quick. But I do believe that if we really find what we're passionate about, that catches on, and that's what people hear. Young Living is really, it is about educating people more about health. But the other myth is you don't have to know everything. It's a learn as you earn type of business. So if like right now, if you're like, well, I'm pretty new to oils, or maybe you've been using it like for a while, either way, and you're like, but I don't really think I know everything. I can't teach a class or share with someone because I don't know all the answers. That's okay. It's okay to tell people you don't know all the answers, and it's okay just to point people in a different direction, or to say, hey, I'll go look that up and I'll come back to you later. That's huge. Young Living is also not a pyramid scheme. Sorry. Pyramid schemes are illegal. Just so you know. I know a lot of times people are like, oh no, can't do those network marketing companies. People have a lot of really negative connotations at times, but at the same time, pyramid schemes are illegal. What makes it a pyramid scheme is if you can't make more money than the person above you. So the way Young Living is set up is the people that are enrolled below me have the potential to make more money than me, which is kind of funny because in real life, and you're looking at like a corporate structure or something, it's actually a real pyramid scheme according to the law. So that's kind of weird, but that's how it is. The best thing about Young Living is it's just really product driven. A lot of network marketing companies, I think they come across kind of sleazy sometimes because you look at it and you're like, all their marketing to me is like cool cars and making all this money and stuff. But Young Living is product driven, which makes the heart of the people behind it very, very different. The people in Young Living, I can tell you, are some of the coolest people in a community that I've ever met in my life. The leadership in this company are incredible, incredible people that are out for a mission to really see people live well and live healthy and live up to their greatest potential. You do not find that anywhere, and I feel so blessed to be part of this company because it is just so prominent with the company. The other great thing about Young Living is you really don't have to know how to teach everything. Like I said, it's a learn as you earn type of business. So we provide all your resources. We do have a business group that can help with a lot of things. We have a lot of graphics and files and scripts and different things that can really help you. A lot of your uplines will help you teach a class. So it's not like you're left, high and dry all by yourself, which is awesome. The business is also about duplication. Another thing I've seen is people look at people in network marketing like myself. So my team, called the Revolution Oils team, has over 20,000 members. Now, when a lot of people hear that, they go, oh my goodness, 20,000 members, and they feel like kind of like scared, like they have to enroll 20,000 people. I never enrolled 20,000 people. I do enroll people that I know because I share with them because I'm passionate about it, but I never enroll 20,000 people. So the cool thing is it's a business of duplication. What we do is we teach others how to grow their business. We teach others how to enroll people. We teach others people why it's valuable to be part of a program like Essential Rewards, because then you're continuing to invest in your health. So really, it's really not that complicated, because once people have those tools, again, they can go to their mom or dad or best friend or brother or sister and share with them how to get a starter kit, and they can start to invest in their health. And for a lot of people, it's so cool because they take these little baby steps towards good health that they may not have taken before. Without Young Living, they take toxins out of their home for the first time, and they start to see really valuable life change. And then you're seeing families changed for generations just by sharing this incredible product, okay? Let's see. I already talked about the compensation plan a little bit. Again, $50 to share with people a premium starter kit. They buy a premium starter kit, you get a $50 thank you check from Young Living. If they get on Essential Rewards, you're getting a percentage back every month. I'm not going to go into deep comp plan because honestly, it can get a little confusing if you don't know it. But again, it's a learn as you earn type of business. So as you learn, as you begin to enroll people, your sponsor, your enroller can help you to build in a way that, that benefits you. And you can even just start by sharing the product and enrolling people. And we're always happy to help you as far as enrolling goes. I'm going to pull up, I realize I'm still sharing my screen and not my face. I'm going to also pull up another graphic. So this graphic is just, love to share graphic. It just illustrates how easy it is. And a lot of times if I have members, even that are like, I don't know if I want to enroll, maybe to them that $160 feels kind of daunting still, like it did for me when I was new to Young Living. But if they just shared with 3 friends, they'd pretty much get, that money back. And so I love sharing that with people too, because it's huge. Like if you can share with 3 friends, then you can get $150 back, which is your kit paid for. So that's actually pretty incredible to be able to do that as well. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is this quote unquote job can just really be valuable for people of all different personalities. And for, anybody that, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar or if you've seen the different personality colors, but really, I just encourage you to get with your upline, your sponsor, your enroller, and say, what is the best way that this business can work for me? And how can we find, just a way for me even just to have fun with it, to share with people, to connect with people really well. And that's the thing. People purchase things from people they trust. So if you're sharing something and maybe you're one of those people that like regularly shares stuff they love, and people try it, they're like, oh my gosh, you shared this with me and I love it and I'm so excited. And that's what this is, but you can also get paid for it, which is awesome. So, and there's just so many ways. There's so many ways to build. So many ways to have fun with it. So many ways to just see your income grow that way. Oh, and I know what I was going to talk about. I also wanted to share with you just the freedom that Young Living can bring in a lot of ways. So we know that with this type of business, or with, like, it's wellness products, right? So we're investing in our wellness. That is a freedom within itself, because we know how binding sickness and disease can be, very binding. So this, in a sense, there's a lot of freedom because of that health and wellness aspect. But two, I mean, if you look at that chart I first showed you, and when you can, I mean, even if you're making, okay, platinum salary or platinum, regular platinum paycheck is an average of $15,000 a month. Okay, not just a year, a month, which is crazy because there's some top earners in different kinds of companies that make like $30,000 a year. So your platinum salary or platinum paycheck is an average of $15,000 a month. I mean, I just think, like, what kind of financial freedom can that bring to your family? If your family has debt, and you can pay off all that debt with that, think about how you wouldn't have to worry about that. And I spoke on this when we first got started, but even like vacations, I mean, the worst part is putting a vacation on a credit card too, and then thinking while you're on the vacation, oh, I should probably be careful. Or when you get home, like, oh my gosh, I have to pay off this credit card. Like, that is just, you can't completely always even be present with your family when you're struggling with some of those things. And so that's another thing I love about Young Living, is because it can give you an opportunity to get away from that. Another thing is just that time freedom. I mean, my husband works at home with me. Actually, before we even hit gold, I have to look up what a regular gold, I mean, we really didn't make much money. And so, an average gold paycheck is $6,000 a month. Before we ever even hit gold, he quit his job and came home because we figured $6,000 a month was plenty. If that's all we ever made, it would be, wow, a lot of money. And so when he came home, we quit before a gold paycheck. He came home with me. So he works at home with me now. We're not bound to a 9 to 5. We've actually been able to do some super cool things with our family. We don't have to worry about vacation time anymore. And that's kind of, you can't put a price on that part. You can't put a price on the the time you get to focus with your family and be with your kids and watch them grow up, or go see your grandkids, or whatever it looks like for your life. Time, maybe if you're single, a time to travel or whatever. Like, that is true freedom, y'all. Really true freedom. And a lot of us don't realize that, because we're so ingrained in us what it looks like to have a normal, I use in my quotation marks, normal schedule, that, like, working 9 to 5 every day, every 5 days a week, that we don't realize that life could look a lot different. We could really write our own story and live a lot of, like, a real freedom lifestyle where we can spend time with family. We can go on, missions trips. We can have the money to give to people that really need it. We can build that orphanage. We can dig those clean water wells. We can help the people that need it because we have the finances to do so. And so for our family, that's been, like, really freeing. And you just don't see that everywhere. Another great thing is, so Young Living is considered residual income, meaning if you do something once, you can see it continue to come in. So I can literally take time off, not work for a week or two, like I did a couple weeks ago. So we went on a diamond trip, and Young Living sent us to Banff in Canada, which was gorgeous. And I literally I answered emails and stuff some, and I try to still be present for my team, but for the most part, I didn't work. We were on vacation. And so that's the nice thing as well, is that you don't have to worry about, A, of course it's not hourly, but B, if you wanted to take that time off, or if someone around you got sick and you had to be a caretaker for someone or something, you're still going to be able to get paid for something that you do once, which is teach classes and help educate people and help them learn to use the products, get off the toxic lifestyle, and it continues to pay you, which is a really awesome blessing. Like I don't enroll that many people anymore each month. I would like to enroll more, but I keep trying to think of how I can get around more people. But the reason being is because I've enrolled pretty much everybody in my life, around me, because they see how passionate and excited I am about these products. And so I just talk with them and share with them, and love on them and connect with them. And then usually share my products for them to, know how to use know how to keep their family healthy too. So, that is pretty much all I had for y'all. This is not a huge, long seminar, but does anybody have any questions? You can write them in the chat box if you have any questions. I'd love to answer them if you do. Anyone? But yeah, it's such a gift, y'all. Young Living is such a gift. Courtney says she's struggling with what to say to begin reaching out to people on Facebook. So I'm smelling my gratitude oil, because there's so much to be thankful for. So Courtney, what I recommend is just telling your story. I get it. You don't want to sound salesy. So think back. So have you ever shared with somebody about like a restaurant or another product that you don't, quote unquote, make any money off? Have you ever shared about that? So one thing people struggle with, is they say, I don't want to sound salesy, but yet they'll turn around and they'll go, share about a product that they use on that they use, but they don't make any money for, and they don't sound salesy then. So we do have to remember that. We have to keep that in mind. Because why would you sound salesy on this just because you make money off it, but not on something else you sell? Okay, so Courtney says she has fibromyalgia, and she started using it for pain management, but compliance. Okay, that makes sense. So sometimes, let's see. I know some of the compliance stuff can be a little tricky, but there's always a way around it. So I would just say, like, if there's a product that's helping you feel really good, first of all, if you use the pain cream, you can say things about pain. So, like legally, you can. See, you love it. So you could say all what you want about pain if you're talking about the cool as wool. So the products that are over-the-counter products, like the cool as wool pain cream. So see, you have a perfect story, and it is totally compliant because you're using the cool as wool pain cream. Yeah, you could say, I mean, I assume that you feel like, yeah, achy and sore and that kind of stuff. You can totally talk about the pain cream that way. Your pain cream, your cough, like the cough drops are over the counter. The After Sun spray, which is the new Lavaderm, well, new last summer, but the new Lavaderm spray, you can talk about burns, all that stuff. So that stuff that's over the counter, you do not have to worry about compliance. You can totally use your story, and it's totally compliant. The other things do have to be talked about as above the wellness line, of course. So if you're talking about like deep relief, like the oil or something, yeah, we just have to remember to say, this helped me, that kept me healthy. Other great things to talk about and share with on social media are about like ditching and switching toxins from your home. oh, I feel so much better because I've gotten the toxins out of my home, and share those stories too. And those are like, you can totally be compliant like that. And so that's the thing. Or even like if you do like say congestion or something, like I'm congested, I've used like even like, peppermint or raven that are in your kit, you can talk about how it's opened your airways. And you could just say, I mean, I wouldn't say the word congestion, but you can say how they just open my airways. One thing that is true about your peppermint is your peppermint provides your blood cells with extra oxygen. And so it's great for working out. Like you can just say, I can breathe so much better with my peppermint or my raven, and just leave it at that. I breathe so much better. I'm just breathing deeply. Like I'm feeling great. Stuff like that. So you still can tell your story. You just have to figure out how to do it. And yeah, I would totally go after the pain cream, girl. Totally go after it. Because it says it, pain on the bottle. And so that's compliant. So that's the thing. And that's the thing about these products is they, regular use of them does keep you healthy. So if your kids, like if any of y'all have kids and you're like I don't know how many families that use Ningxia Red, for example, and then they run out of Ningxia Red and then their kid gets sick. Like you could talk about that. You can talk about how you have more energy than you ever had because you're using whatever. That's totally above the wellness line. Like there's just a lot of options to talk about as far as, feeling good regularly and that kind of stuff. So I hope that helps a ton. Does anybody else have any questions? Good. I'm glad it helps. All right. Well, I am going to end this, but this is all being recorded, so I'm going to go ahead and probably upload it into the group. And if anybody has anyone that they want to send the recording to, we'll have that available. So I just want to thank you all for joining me. I feel like this business is incredible because it not only will help you and your family, but it will help everyone around you, everyone that you tell them about it. It can change so many people. So thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you have an amazing night.